This is one of the most disturbing hotel mysteries in modern history. In January 2013, a 21-year-old student from Canada landed in California, excited for a solo trip across the West Coast. Her name was Elisa. She wasn't a thrill seeker. She wasn't reckless. She was the kind of person who loved journaling, photography, and meeting new people. She often wrote about life, emotions, and travel experiences. Her blog posts showed a thoughtful, curious mind. This was supposed to be a fresh start, a break from routine, a chance to explore the world on her own. She planned everything carefully: flights, stops, hotels, even daily budgets. Her parents supported the trip, but asked for one thing: call every day. And she did, at least in the beginning. She visited San Diego first, then Santa Cruz. Her journey was smooth. She posted photos, shared small stories, talked about bookstores, cafes, and beaches. Nothing seemed unusual. Then she arrived in Los Angeles, a big city, busy, loud. Very different from the quiet places she'd visited before. She checked into a historic downtown hotel, an older building popular because it was affordable. To her, it was just a place to sleep, but the building had a long history, a history she didn't know. Over the years, many strange incidents had been linked to that place. Crime reports, unusual deaths, dark stories locals rarely talked about openly. But tourists rarely research hotel histories, and Elisa didn't either. At first, her stay seemed normal. She called her parents daily. She told them where she went, what she ate, what she planned next. But after a few days, the tone changed. Her calls became shorter. Her parents noticed pauses, moments where she sounded distracted. Still, she didn't say anything was wrong. No fear, no panic, just different. Then came January 31st. That was checkout day. She was supposed to leave and continue her trip, but she never checked out. No call, no message, no online posts. For Elisa, that was unusual. Her parents felt something was wrong. They contacted local authorities. A missing person report was filed. The search began quietly. Days passed. No sign of her. No confirmed sightings. No phone activity. Then police released something to the public, a surveillance video from the hotel elevator. And that video changed everything. In the footage, Elisa enters the elevator alone. She presses several buttons, multiple floors, but the elevator doesn't move. She looks confused. Then she steps out into the hallway, looks around, and quickly steps back inside. She presses buttons again, almost all of them. Still nothing. Her behavior becomes stranger. She leans into the hallway as if checking whether someone is there. But the camera shows no one. She hides briefly in the corner of the elevator, like she's avoiding being seen. Then she makes unusual hand gestures, slow, deliberate, almost like she's explaining something to someone. But again, no one is visible. Finally, she walks out of the elevator. The doors close. She never appears on camera again. When this footage was released, the internet exploded. Millions watched it. People replayed it frame by frame. Some said she looked scared. Some thought she was hiding from someone. Others believed she was talking to someone off camera. Theories spread everywhere. Was someone threatening her? Was she being followed? Was she in danger? Or was something else happening? Then, 2 weeks later, a disturbing complaint came from hotel guests. They said the water tasted strange. Some said it looked darker than usual. Others mentioned a weird smell. At first, staff thought it was plumbing. But complaints increased. So a maintenance worker went to inspect the rooftop water tanks. What he found shocked everyone. Inside one of the tanks was Elisa's body. She had been missing for nearly 3 weeks. The discovery raised terrifying questions. How did she reach the roof? The doors were supposed to be locked. Access wasn't easy. The tanks were tall and heavy, not simple to climb into, and once inside, it would be extremely difficult to get out. The case quickly turned from missing person to mysterious death. Investigators looked for signs of assault. There were none. No clear injuries suggesting violence. No evidence pointing to another person. Her belongings were found nearby. Toxicology reports didn't show dangerous levels of substances. Eventually, authorities gave their conclusion: accidental drowning. They suggested she may have experienced confusion or a mental health episode. She had previously spoken about mental health struggles, and investigators believed disorientation could explain her actions. But many people weren't convinced. Questions remained. If she was confused, how did she access the roof alone? If the tanks were closed, who closed them? Why did the elevator act strangely? And why did her behavior in the footage seem so fearful? Some believed there were details the public never learned. Others thought the case was simply tragic but misunderstood. Over time, the story became one of the internet's most discussed mysteries. Documentaries were made. Forums debated every detail. People built timelines and theories, but none gave a perfect answer. At its heart, this wasn't a horror story. It was a real tragedy. A young woman traveling alone, a family waiting for her return. A trip that was meant to be joyful but ended in heartbreak. Even today, people still watch that elevator footage, not for entertainment, but searching for clues, trying to understand her final moments, trying to make sense of something that may never fully make sense. Maybe the truth is simple, maybe it's complicated, or maybe it's something in between. But one thing is certain: a real person lost her life. A real family lost someone they loved. And behind every mystery, there is a human story. Elisa went on a journey to see the world, but her story became a mystery the world still talks about. And even now, many wonder what truly happened in those final hours.